And I've been curious, are these guns actually any good? They look pretty nice. They look similar to like a WS400 or maybe a Segola 4600. So I'm watching other people use these things and I'm like, maybe I should buy one of these. And then I wake up and I check my inbox and Porphis has sent me a message. One of the people at their company has reached out and said, hey, we have a couple guns we'd like you to test. Can we send them to you? We're not going to pay you. We just want to know what you think. I think, okay, sure, this could be interesting. You got my interest. So they sent me the PRD-817 as one of the two, and then the other one is an LVLP gun that I'm going to address in a later video. And I thought this was really interesting. This is the cut sheet that they sent with it. This is the flagship Mirror Finish Master. There are some really interesting design choices that they made with this gun, specifically kind of emulating the way that the WS400 and the LPH400 are built, with the split nozzle, so it has the cutaway in the air cap for atomization of tricky materials like clear coat and such. They've also chose to anodize the body in lieu of putting some sort of coating on it, like DeVilbiss is doing with the new DV1 that's really easy to clean, or maybe chrome plating it like Iwata does with a lot of their gun bodies. And I found some interesting things when I did a full teardown on this gun to figure out why online people are having problems with this gun spitting, why it has specific issues with that, and what might be causing that. In this video, I'm going to go over exactly what I found, what I discovered after a fair amount of testing this gun. I'm going to talk about the design of this gun, why I think it's interesting, and things to look out for, maybe things to consider about the longevity of a gun like this. And then I'm going to talk about my findings, whether or not it's worth it to purchase this gun or not. Porphis is kind of interesting in the sense that they didn't offer to sponsor this video. They just offered to provide the gun, and then they gave me an affiliate code that if you want to buy this gun, you could save a little bit of money and use the code that I put down below in the description for it. Or if you don't want to buy this gun, that's cool too. Either way, I only get paid, and it's like a percentage of sales. It's not very much for these guns, ultimately, that are purchased through this video. So I was a little hesitant to put that down there, but I figured, what the heck, I might as well, because if you're already looking at buying something like this, I think it's better to buy it directly from the manufacturer, Porphis, than from a third-party site that might be a little sketchy, maybe Alibaba or a retailer on eBay or something like that. Might as well just go to the source, save a little bit of money, and get a product that you know is legit and authentic. Now, I want to go back a couple of years, because one of the first paint guns that I ever bought, and this was right out of school, was the Iwata LPH400 LV. And I did that for two reasons: transfer efficiency, and the way it could atomize clear coat. At the time when I bought it, nothing else was really on the market that was as precise as the Iwata LPH400 was. And to this day, it's still one of my favorite guns that I've ever owned. It is an incredibly fantastic and capable gun. Now, over the last couple of years, quality of Chinese-produced guns has gotten exceptionally good. And this gun legitimately is touted as a flagship. It is being marketed as the gun that you need. It's being marketed as a direct competitor to SATA, to Iwata, to Segola, to Qualcomm. And in a lot of ways, it's good, but there's some things that are interesting. So what's interesting about this gun, and it deviates from the Iwata kind of thought, which an Iwata WS400, when you take it apart, there's not really any gaskets on the inside of it. It's all really nice precision machined parts. And that same construction methodology kind of copy pastes directly to one of my favorite guns at the moment, which is the Harbor Freight Black Widow HTE. I think this is an absolute sleeper of a gun, especially if you're just doing small projects here and there, and you don't have to worry about cleaning it out perfectly every time, because there are some things to consider with this. This also does not use a gasket behind the bottom of this fluid nozzle. Kind of interesting. Now, a different gun, like one of my other all-time favorite guns, like the DeVilbiss GTI Pro Lite. Now, this kind of gun uses a gasket behind the fluid nozzle here. So this part here, it's removable. This one, in this instance, is a 1-3. Behind this part here, there's a foam gasket. Also on the DeVilbiss Pro Lite, the air cap has a seal around the edge of it, and I've actually had the DeVilbiss paint rep replace this. So this has gone bad before on me, and this is a known issue with the GTI. With Porphis, you don't get the benefits of having a local car rep that's going to wander into your shop if you're doing this professionally. If you're doing this at home, it doesn't really matter. But as you can see, as I pulled apart the Porphis here, there's a foam gasket that goes behind the fluid nozzle. And ultimately, this is going to create a spitting effect. And I think this is what a lot of people online are talking about. As the gun wears and things loosen up and you wash it a bunch of times in solvent, that could loosen up and it might create a passageway for air to come in and mix with the fluid, essentially. So the way to fix this is just to tighten it down more. Fair enough. I do like the anodizing on this. I mean, there's not really much to say about the way it was constructed. It's a lot like my DeVilbiss GTI Pro Lite. This paint gun is almost 10 years old now, and it still looks this good. Of course, I'm careful with it when I put it in the, gun washer. It's going to be, this part here on the back of it is going to be the most worn when I clip it on and put it in gun washer. It's going to hold the trigger back and run solvent through it and everything like that. The other thing to note is on a gun like the DeVilbiss GTI Pro Lite, these knobs here don't have any physical click to them. They just kind of exist, and you spin them and they do that. On the Porphis PRD-817, that actually clicks. So as it ratchets, it clicks. One of the most annoying things with the spray gun that I found is the bottom air input. This part down here is fixed on a GTI Pro Lite, and that's fantastic because then you can thread on your regulator, your filter as you will, and just kind of hand tighten it, which is how I do it. Getting 2 wrenches out to take off an air fitting every time is extremely annoying, especially when you're changing out your gun multiple times a day. So yeah, that would be one thing I could see them improving in the future, is taking off that air fitting off the bottom. Now, all these other things being equal, the gun felt really nice in my hand. It sat nice. It was easier to grip and hold than my Iwata WS400. But enough chit chat about this gun. How did it actually spray? Let me show you a 2013 Subaru BRZ, and I painted this whole car with this PRD-817, and then I jumped into this Techna Pro Lite on the next thing I painted, which was a truck bed, and compared it, direct comparison. I'm going to tell you which one was better at the end of this video. And look, I've been painting for over 20 years. And as I scroll around on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, I keep seeing the same mistakes over and over and over again. And I'm like, wait a second, hold on. Why don't I take all the knowledge that I've learned over the last 20 years and put it together in a helpful little community over on school.com where I could help you get better at painting? Or maybe you're already a painter. You just want to come over, ping, chat, show what you're working on? Cool. I've put a little community together over on school.com. It's called Make It Match, and it's all about automotive painting. I hope to see you over there. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get into spraying. I want to show you exactly what happened when I went to go spray with the Porphis PRD-817. Man, that is a mouthful. The results I got might surprise you. The first thing that I noticed when I loaded up some paint in this PRD-817 and gave it a test is the fan pattern on it is absolutely massive. The cut sheet here is saying that it's 260 to 350 millimeters, which is 10 inches or so. I was getting between 12 and 14 inches at the top and bottom ends of this fan pattern, which is absolutely massive. And I dialed it back in a little bit, and I turned the fluid flow in about half on this gun. It was flowing way too much fluid, and it was not atomizing the way I wanted to see it. So input pressure, 1.4 to 1.5 bars, fluid cut in half. Those are like the optimal settings that I found to make this thing really sing, really perform. And of course, with this, I was spraying this car with Lesonal Pro Air Fast Clear. I think this is about as representative of most production clears out there, both in viscosity and handling of the clear coat. So once I finished the Subaru with the Porphis, I moved straight onto a truck bed with my GTI Pro Lite. Direct back-to-back comparison, the GTI wants to see 29 PSI at the inlet, 2 bars. It just wants it. It doesn't compromise on that. And it uses a lot more material once you've got it dialed in properly. The fan's not quite as tall as what the Porphis throws down, but it atomizes just a little bit tighter. So the GTI ends up like a little bit smaller, slower, but a little bit more accurate in the end. Now, against my SATA 5000 and my SATA 5500, the Porphis actually comes out ahead. It's a bit slower laying down material, but it's more accurate. And then there's the WS400, and this one's really close. The Porphis is almost right there with it. Atomization's close, pattern's close. Where it gives points back is the cleanup. There's a double pivot right above the trigger that just traps overspray and dirt, so you're spending extra time in there with a brush that you wouldn't normally spend on the WS400. But on the Porphis, the air cap stayed really clean the whole time. And honestly, the orange is kind of fun. Gives me a little bit of an Apple vibe, if I'm honest. One of the biggest surprises that I found when I was cleaning this is the snap ring design. You can see here, this is the air cap for the Black Widow HTE. There's the snap ring on the inside of the air cap that if you're not careful when you're cleaning, if your towel snags it, it'll actually pull it out and then it comes apart. And there's these double seals on the retainer ring for the air cap here. And this is standard on a lot of paint guns like the Techna Pro Lite, the Iwata WS400. A lot of paint guns have the snap ring internally to the air cap. It's just the way it's been. But I have to watch this because a lot of times I'll get like a bit of paper towel or something stuck on this internal snap ring. But when I was cleaning out the Porphis PRD-817, I noticed that there was no snap ring on the inside of it. It's perfectly made. And the snap ring is actually external. You can see here on the outside of the air cap, it's right here at the base of the air horns, which is super interesting. So this just means that cleanup is just a lot easier. And the threads are just so nicely cut on this gun body. This thing just threads on like butter. It's really a nice design. So yeah, that's one of the biggest things that I wasn't expecting, but one of the coolest things I think when cleaning this gun. I guess it kind of gives back some points for that little pocket above the trigger there. Anyways, this thing is pretty impressive. So where's that leave us on the price? I put this gun at somewhere around like 80% as good as a WS400 for less than half the cost. But whether this is the right gun for you depends on how often you're spraying, what you're spraying it on, what clears you're using. If you want to hash that out, I'm over on makeitmatch.school.com. Come find me. Let's chat about it. And if you want to grab one, links are down below in the description.